Hello, ladies, gentlemen, everyone out there watching or listening. You ever have one of those times where you're asking yourself a question? Could be a what if, it could be a question that's like, should I, what should I do? You have these questions, you already know the answer to it though, before you're even done asking it. It's like, I'll give this a little bit of thought, but I think I already know which direction things are going to go. That was one of the instances that I found myself in yesterday, the day before that, and now today, Halloween. Happy Halloween, everyone, by the way. So the Halloween broadcast. Some good news, some bad news. Good news, the show is still going to happen. It's the good news. Very enthusiastic toward it. I was going through the responses that came in, and it's looking really, really good. So it's going to be great. That's the good news. Bad news, and this is a mistake on my part. I own up to it 100%. Because on Tuesday, I had this crown lengthening procedure done. And you don't hear about it too often. I guess it's not the world's most common procedure. So as I was researching it beforehand, I don't really hear much about the recovery. And I didn't know this until it was already said and done, even into the next day, how difficult it was going to be to talk after the fact. Now, every day is better than the next. Each day is better than the day before that. But my goodness, it's tougher than I thought it would be. Because what they did is they had to cut away my gums, and they had to grind away the bone as well to make room for this tooth that needed a crown on it. But as a result, now it's all stitched up and everything, and it bled for like 4 days straight at this point. Which is crazy. The bleeding finally stopped today, which is good. But it's like every time I would open my mouth, blood would come out. And every time I would try to talk, because my jaw is moving, and because, again, there's essentially this open wound there, there's pain every time I talk. Now included. And this is even when I'm taking stuff for the pain. But things are getting better. But the issue that I had, the predicament that I was facing is, okay, how am I going to be able to do a 2 to 3 hour long talk show? How am I going to be able to do that? I'm thinking, well, maybe the next day will be better. Maybe the next day will be better. You're given all these choices, and none of them are good. Because all of them are going to result in A, people that are pissed off, and B, a subpar situation, all things considered. I could have recorded the show early, but then I'd be missing out on a lot of good responses that came in the last few days, and people would be upset that, the show was more abridged and a lot of things weren't included. And B, I could try to record it under these conditions, and I tell you right now, it would be a complete mess, and a lot of people would be upset there. Or C, I could give it another day or two, record it later, and have a good show, but people would be upset that it's not on the day that I said that it would be. And I've decided to go with choice C, because they're all bad options, but to me personally, I think it's the best of the worst. The reason being, I want to do a good show for you. And I know, now you might be saying, what's a Halloween show? What's wrong with you? Well, here's the good news, because I was stressing over that myself, and this is what I figured. Right, paranormal, Halloween. You don't just have to do a paranormal-themed show on Halloween only. Now, yes, it's topical, it's fun, I get it, and I'm disappointed in myself that I can't do this today either. But all I need to do is change the title, and in my opening introduction, say, today we're going to be covering paranormal themed topics. Instead of saying, Happy Halloween, today we're covering paranormal themed topics. It's literally as easy as that. It doesn't get any easier. So the fix is just easy. I'm just upset at myself. Because again, I tried to research this and I thought I'd be able to just talk like normal after the fact. Because you don't hear about anything otherwise. And that's an issue. Yesterday, I wasn't even able... I wanted to do the Halloween review for the other channel yesterday. I couldn't do it. Today is thankfully better than yesterday. I'm able to. I'm able to talk for this period of time, but I know for a fact today, talking for 2 to 3 hours straight would just... I don't think I'd be able to do it, and it'd probably set back the recovery too much. So here's the plan. Full show, we're doing it. It is a go, and look, take this as a godsend. If you have an experience you want to send in, paranormal, ghost story, deals with cryptids, whatever, you have an extra day to do it now. Send it to VORWINFO@gmail.com. I'll try to get that on the air too. So what we're going to do, because I think tomorrow should be better than today, and so on and so forth. My goal is to get this show done before the election, because that's going to be a whole another can of worms that we won't even get into. So I'm going to get it done before the election. This is going to be a paranormal show. You know, I know it's no fun, it's not on Halloween, but it's the best that I can do, and I hope you understand. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be angry. I completely understand if you are. I just hope you understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. So that's what it comes down to. The old cliched phrase, the show goes on, holds true. It's going to be a day or two later than I wished it would be, but everything should still be A-okay. Alright, final note aside from that. For anyone who's on the radio side of things, because aside from these podcasts that I do, I also do radio shows 3 times a week. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 3 additional hours of programming each and every week that I do for you. Goes out on the shortwave, 5850 kilohertz, but after November 1st, there's going to be a big time change. Right now, that show goes out at 10 p.m. Eastern, every Thursday, Friday, Saturday. After November 1st, it's going to be moved an hour earlier to 9 p.m. Eastern. So if you've got a shortwave radio, this frequency is beamed to North America, but you can tune in every Thursday, Friday, Saturday evening. But after November 1st, tune in 9 p.m. Eastern. Okay, 9 p.m. Eastern, it's 8 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Mountain, 6 p.m. Pacific. 5850 kilohertz, that's 5.850 megahertz, 49 meter band. Again, if you're in North America, anywhere in the US, Canada, Mexico, you could try to listen if you're in the Caribbean as well. The signal might reach there, but that's my main frequency, and just be aware of that time change. Note it down, and I'm doing my best to promote that too. So that's what we've got for you, dear listeners. See, already I could kind of starting to run out of steam a little bit, but I guarantee I will find a way to do this show. I'll record it in segments, whatever it takes, but we're going to get it done in the next few days. I promise you that. I give you my word, so stay tuned, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And I sincerely apologize. It couldn't be today, but it will be done. Mark my word, it will be. So that's all that we got. I ask for your understanding, and that's all. Thank you, and take care. I'm your host, I guess the report of the week, but this is VORW Radio International. That's all.